All right. And Sergeant, do you go by Tracy?
Yeah.
Okay. Hicks, H-I-C-K.
Sergeant Tracy Hicks, Tracy Hicks.
Okay. And Houston Auto Crime Task Force?
The Houston Police Department's Auto Theft Crime Task Force.
Gotcha. This time of year, we're getting this message out about guns being stolen from cars. Why is this time of year a particularly important time to talk about that?
Well, right now, obviously in the holiday season, a lot more people are out there shopping. A lot more people are out there eating out. It's a big growing trend here in Houston with the, people leaving guns in their car. And we're seeing a big uptick of guns being stolen from cars here in Texas.
And obviously that presents a pretty big problem when a gun is stolen from a car. Can you explain why?
Well, yes, obviously when your gun's stolen, it's not a good guy stealing it. It's a bad guy for who knows what. We're actually finding our stolen guns in other parts of the state, even other parts of the country. Other departments are calling us saying, "Hey, we found your gun," and we're not sure quite what they're being used for, but obviously not good.
And I mean I know this sounds like a silly kind of question, but it's obviously a big danger when somebody's gun that, somebody who's a responsible gun owner, when their gun is taken out of their car, it's no longer being used appropriately the way that person might have been using it.
Right, here in Texas, obviously Texans, we love our guns, and it's unfortunate that criminals have figured out that, a lot of Texans do carry guns, and I think maybe people have become a little more relaxed in the fact that they've left their gun in their car before to run in, maybe a bar, did drop their kids off at school or somewhere that they know they can't bring their gun, and then forget that they leave it in their car, and then their car becomes the place where they're going to store it at. And that's what we're trying to discourage people against, because we're really seeing a huge increase on the guys that our car break-in guys, our professional thieves, are actually targeting vehicles specifically just to look for guns. They're not stealing the laptops and the things the tools like they used to all the time. Is we've had so many break-ins just this summer alone that nothing was taken out of the car, and we know for a fact that they were specifically looking just for guns.
And January through October of this year, more than 2,000 guns stolen out of cars. I think you had said at one point that was coming out to like 80 a day or something like that?
Well, the car break-ins, not 80. Yeah, in the last 10 months, we've had over 2,000 guns stolen from vehicles.
There you go.
I get it.
Yeah.
In the last 10 months alone, we've had over 2,000 guns stolen just out of vehicles, just here in the city limits of Houston.
And that's 2,000 guns that are now on the street.
Right, and the bad thing is these legal gun owners, these good people, having to deal with, what is my gun being used for now? That's scary. That can affect people. Like what is my legal gun, and not the fact of cost. Guns are not cheap. That someone is stolen something, $800 value to you, but then it's also, you're going to have to live with the fact that, because you left it in your car, it getting being stolen and then being used to harm someone else.
There are a couple of telltale signs, right, that a gun is in a car. What's one of those ones that you would kind of discourage people from doing so that you can protect your gun?
Well, obviously the best choice is to not leave your gun in the car at all. But criminals are targeting vehicles specifically. They're looking for the big trucks that have pro-gun, NRA stickers, hunting stickers in the back windows. They know that these people are pro-gun. Anything you put on your back window could let a criminal know that you are pro-gun, and the chances of him finding a gun in that vehicle are a lot greater, especially if he goes to a bar/restaurant, which there's thousands of them in Houston, just a bar, a school, a courthouse. They know that you're not allowed to, carry concealed. People are not allowed to bring their guns in there, so they're specifically targeting these parking lots, looking for pro-gun stickers in the back windows of your vehicles.
Gotcha. So, what else can people do to make sure that, if they are keeping their gun in their car for whatever the reason may be, what can they do to protect it?
Well, the biggest thing that I can tell people, because I know you're going to go places where you can't take your gun, is securing that gun. And the best way that's really going to slow people down, and they're very inexpensive, is investing in a small little gun safe that they're very easy to mount in your vehicle. If you have a car, you can actually bolt it into your trunk. If you have a truck, they can be mounted behind your seat. There's a lot of different places to mount them. There's a lot of different models. There's console safes that are made specifically for your vehicle. There's safes that can go in your glove box that are made specifically for your vehicle. And then there's just generic ones, kind of like a hotel safe almost, that can be cable locked into your vehicle. They're not a permanent solution, but if you're going in and out of places where you can and can't take your gun, just being able to have it way more secure for someone who's just going to smash a car, grab something real quick and go, that's going to slow him down considerably, if you're just running into a store. And what's nice about these little safes it's not just for guns. The car break-ins, there's so many of them in so many different places. Gyms, for example, all the gyms get targeted because people don't want to take their wallets inside because, they don't want their bag stolen in the gym. Is having a little safe in your car to put your wallet. Ladies, you can fold a small purse up and slide them inside these safes. You go to a ball game, and you don't want to carry, your valuables, maybe a nice watch or jewelry that you don't want to take into a place. You've got a nice little place that it's going to be way more secure. That's really going to slow down these criminals when it comes to breaking into cars.
And that's one thing I think that you and I have talked about is that people who are stealing from cars, they're looking to make it quick, easy, no attention drawn to them, right?
Right. The videos we've watched over and over again from, strip center shops, it's smash, it's grab, it's run, and it's go. It's not, they're not bringing, saws and stuff and cutting through safes and cable locks and things of the sort. So if your stuff is secure in there, good chances are that it's still going to be there when you get back. And I'll give you, well, for example, I had a friend of mine with a brand new F-350. They broke into his truck when he was actually at work right off I-10. While in the broad daylight, they broke his door lock, but he actually had a console safe. He wasn't allowed to bring his gun into work, so he always puts his gun in his console safe. They did about $900 worth of damage to his door handle and to the door locking mechanism, but you know what? His $900 gun was still in the console when he got back out.
There's probably a lot of, at least mentally, there's probably a big sense of relief when you come out and you realize, oh, thank goodness they didn't take my gun.
Right.
Yeah. How many times have you talked to somebody who said, their reaction was, oh crap, they took my gun?
Well, I know a lot of Texans that their gun is kind of like their child. I mean, they love their gun. That's their gun. They've had it special made, or it's special in somehow to them. And I've grown men almost in tears because their gun was stolen from their vehicle and begging us, like, what are my chances of getting it back? How often do you hear about them getting back? It's not a lot. These guns disappear. A lot of them, the serial numbers are filed off of and they're gone. And even if it does end up showing up, the serial number's messed up on it, it can't be returned. So keeping your gun safe is very important. It's really becoming a bigger problem in Houston, and with getting the word out to the citizens is probably our most important thing we can do right now, is just take a moment to look into gun safes, something that you can secure that gun. Like I said, though, the best thing is to not leave it in the vehicle, but I'm being honest and being realistic. Get a gun safe. They're under $300. They're not really expensive. It's the holiday season, ladies. I know your man is real hard-headed, and he doesn't think it's going to happen to him. Buy him a gun safe for Christmas and make him mount it in his truck. He will appreciate that.
It's always the people who don't think it's going to happen to them.
Right. The car break-ins in Houston in general, if kind of the laptops and things we're seeing in the past are really not there anymore. Laptops don't cost as much anymore. It's the guns. It's really the guns that these bad guys have just basically switched gears completely to, I'm not breaking in the car to steal, an iPad anymore. I'm looking specifically, I'll leave the iPad there and actually look under the seat, the console, and look for that gun.
That's a little, I don't know, for me personally, like, I don't carry a gun with me, but to think that like someone's going to be going through other people's cars at the grocery store, or maybe, is it safe to assume this time of year, the mall would be a popular spot?
Well, I mean, it's not, nobody goes to the mall anymore. It's all Amazon. But when people do go out shopping, what we're seeing the criminals are targeting are the restaurants and coffee houses around the malls, around the jewelry stores and stuff like that. The places where when people are out shopping, and everywhere they go, they've got to eat. And they're also, I mean, they're targeting the gyms, the newer type of gyms, the hot yoga places, the cycle bars, the places where you're not going to take your gun in. You've got a truck and it's got a pro gun sticker on the back window, and you're parked at a cycle bar. The guy didn't bring his gun in to ride the bicycle for an hour. He's not doing hot yoga with his 45 strapped to his hip. So those are the places they're looking for, the places where you think, oh, well, this is a nice neighborhood. This isn't going to happen here. Or I've left my gun in the car before and nothing's ever happened. Trust me, it's happening. It's going up. It's went up in this last year. It's going up a lot. And the numbers show, yeah. We've had, over 20% increase in the last year of guns stolen from vehicles. I don't think more people are carrying guns in their vehicles than before. I just think the criminals have shifted from stealing, iPads and computers to a gun. And, iPad and computers are a little bit different, but when stealing guns, that's a whole nother level. And it's a whole nother danger level, because these guys might not be using these guns, but who they're selling them to, obviously these people are not going through the right channels to actually own a gun. These are people who are not supposed to have guns, convicted felons and criminals, and that's who are needing these guns for whatever they're going to do with them.
Last question for you, as far as my questions. You had said that even the concept of jugging for guns is happening and becoming more popular.
Right, another popular place where they're actually doing it and they're targeting. We've caught a few groups actually, is they're parking across the street from the shoot clubs, the gun stores that you can shoot at. It's kind of a neat little fun thing to do for businessmen in downtown Houston. It's like, hey, for lunch today, let's go to the gun range and shoot a few rounds. And it's a guy thing to do, and they go shooting. Well, they bring 3 or 4 guns with them. When they get to the gun store or the gun range, they say, oh, you know what, I'm just gonna take these 2. So they leave an extra 2 in the car. They're targeting the cars in the parking lots of the gun ranges because they know you're gonna have guns. And then also what they're doing is they're following you and your business partners. You leave, they see you put all your gun cases, 6, 7, 8 guns in your trunk, and then you head over to the Chinese food buffet, and guess what? When you come out, all 8 of your guns. So we've had numerous multiple car break-ins, where they've actually gotten numerous guns in one car break-in. And that was because they saw what you put in your trunk at the gun range, the gun store, and they know that those people are pro-gun and they're gonna have guns, and they just follow them. And it's quick and easy, and people think it's secure in your trunk. Your trunk pops open just as easy as your door. It's not real hard to bust a lock on a trunk. So thinking thinking that you've covered it up in the back of your SUV, or you've thrown a coat over it or something, that's secure, it's not. They already know, and they will find it. So the best thing you can do is, if you are a pro gun guy and you go to the gun range a lot, get a bigger safe for your trunk. They make them all different sizes, but just mounting something very securely in your trunk, the back of your hatchback in an SUV, or behind your back seat in your truck.